My ex told me I'd never survive without him, so I paid off his house. When I met Aaron, I was 20 and working as a barista, trying to scrape my way through a social work degree. He was 26, confident, older, the kind of guy who ordered his coffee like it was an audition. He had a good job in sales, drove a shiny car, and wore that smug charm like cologne. He made me feel safe until safe turned into small. At first, his criticism came wrapped in jokes. When I landed a paid internship, he said, "Cute that they actually pay you to do feelings." When I talked about going to grad school, he grinned, "Sure, babe, but who's footing that bill?" He liked to remind me that he paid for nice dinners. He covered rent when money was tight. I started believing he was right that I couldn't live without him. Then came the control. He'd check my phone jokingly, tell me which friends were bad influences, and whenever I tried to pull away, he'd throw the same line like a net. "You wouldn't last 2 months without me." After 3 years of shrinking myself thin enough to fit inside his ego, I left. No yelling, no theater. Just packed my car after he went to work, blocked his number, drove to my friend Maya's couch. The first month was brutal. Second month, I found a better paying job at a youth center. By month 6, I was okay enough to move into a little studio, leaky ceiling, but mine. Then life picked up speed. I finished school, kept working, learned to budget like it was second nature. I could stretch 20 bucks further than most people spend in a day. Over the next 5 years, I moved up grant writing, program coordination, then director. When I finally paid off my student loans, I cried right in the bank parking lot. I sent no updates to Aaron. Silence was the sweetest noise. Then, out of nowhere, last year he emailed me, subject line, "long time." He congratulated me on finally doing something meaningful, and slipped in that his marriage didn't work out. Near the end, in typical Aaron fashion, he wrote, "Things are rough, mortgage is eating me alive. Guess adulting caught up with us both, huh?" He attached his GoFundMe link. I didn't plan what came next. It just unfolded like perfect symmetry. I called the bank listed on his campaign. Turned out, the fundraiser was for back payments on his house loan, same one I used to clean on weekends while he called it his domain. The balance left? Just under $12,000. I wired it that afternoon from my charity's discretionary fund for anonymous community relief, legal, above board, and entirely untraceable. 2 weeks later, the local paper ran a piece titled, "Woman's Anonymous Donation Saves Single Father from Foreclosure." Yes, Aaron had a kid now. Good for him. The comments under his Facebook post praising his mystery angel made the whole thing delicious. He wrote, "I always knew the world rewards people who give back. I didn't need credit. I didn't need thanks." Watching him finally feel small, grateful instead of greedy was enough. Now, whenever I drive past that side of town, I look at his subdivision and laugh a little. He lives secure in a house paid for. Yes, by me, the girl who wouldn't last 2 months. Turns out, I didn't just survive without him. I paid off his debts, became his ghost benefactor, and still walked away richer. Sometimes independence doesn't sound like fireworks. Sometimes it's quiet math, dignity, and a transfer receipt with the subject line, "paid in full."